I see you.
Welcome to Hidden Horror Stories. Tonight's story is called True Horror Story That Happened During a Night Shift. He thought he was alone that night, but something was watching him in the dark. Let's find out what really happened that night. I hope this true story gives you chills. It was exactly 2:17 a.m. The hospital floor almost completely empty. Only the emergency lights glowed, faint red, like the entire place had been soaked in blood. Rahat, the new night shift security guard, sat in front of the CCTV monitors. His job, just to watch. Suddenly, movement in the corner of the screen. Room 306. Rahat knew this room had been closed for 6 months. Why? Because a patient had died there under strange and unnatural circumstances. He zoomed in, a tall black shadow, slowly walking along the side of the bed. Rahat's throat went dry. He thought maybe just a camera glitch, but then the shadow stopped. It slowly turned its head and stared directly at the camera. Rahat almost jumped out of his chair. Then, suddenly, the entire monitor went black. 2 minutes later, the system rebooted. Everything normal. Room 306, empty again. Rahat told himself, "It's fine, nothing happened." But then a whisper came through his walkie-talkie. "You saw me." Rahat's hands began to shake. He slowly turned around. The corridor, empty, but behind him, on the wall, a shadow. The most terrifying thing. Where Rahat stood. His shadow should have been in front of him, but this shadow was behind him, and slowly, it reached a hand toward his shoulder. The next morning, room 306 found open. Inside, only a CCTV camera, spinning, endlessly recording. A single spot, Rahat, motionless, and behind him, a tall, distorted shadow with a face impossible to forget, slowly seeping into his mind. Rahat was never seen again, but even today, at 2:17 a.m., the CCTV monitors sometimes show a security guard sitting there, silent, and behind him, someone staring directly at you. 7 days had passed since Rahat disappeared. The hospital floor was now completely closed. No one dared to go there. But strangely, every night at 2:17 a.m., the security room monitors turned on by themselves. The new guard, Arif, didn't believe it at first. He thought, it's all just rumors. But that night, at exactly 2:16 a.m., the monitors suddenly flickered on, one by one, and on the screen, there was only one place, room 306. Arif slowly walked closer, his heart pounding louder and louder. On the screen, he saw Rahat sitting there, just like before, silent, motionless. Arif whispered, "This can't be real." And then Rahat's head slowly started to shake. Suddenly, it turned 180 degrees, his eyes completely white, and he stared directly at the camera. Why are you here?" Arif stumbled back. The walkie-talkie slipped from his hands and fell to the floor. But the terror was far from over. The monitors all started blinking at the same time. And then every camera showed the same thing, Arif standing there. But that's impossible. He was right there, in the security room. Then he realized he wasn't just watching. Someone was watching him. Suddenly, a cold breath right behind his ear. A broken, whispering voice said, "Now, you're ours." The next morning, The security room was empty, the monitors all turned off, except for one camera still running. Room 306, on the screen, two security guards, sitting there, Rahat and Arif, both silent, motionless, and behind them, a dark shadow, slowly growing, larger. Now, the hospital staff say if anyone goes to that floor at 2:17 a.m., they are never alone, because now there are two guards on duty, and behind them, something waits, watching, waiting for the next one. The hospital was finally shut down. Room 306 sealed. The entire floor was marked with no entry signs. No one even mentioned its name anymore. But 21 days later, a new event would start it all over again. A YouTuber, Niloy, who made videos about real haunted places, heard about this hospital and decided he would go there and get proof himself. 1:58 a.m. Niloy turned on his camera. "Guys, tonight we're going inside that hospital where two guards suddenly disappeared." His voice carried excitement, but inside he was scared. Slowly, he climbed to the third floor. Everything was silent, unnaturally silent. 2:16 a.m. His camera started glitching on its own. The screen shook, the audio distorted. Then, 2:17 a.m. Everything, and he stopped, completely silent. Niloy stood in front of room 306. The door was supposed to be sealed, but now it was slightly open. Cold air seeped out from inside. He stepped in with his camera. "Hello, is anyone here?" No answer. But in the corner of the room, two figures sat motionless, Rahat and Arif, sitting the same way as before, eyes open, but no life in them. Niloy slowly zoomed his camera, then, suddenly, the camera rotated on its own, showing his own face, but it wasn't his face. The reflection was smiling, a distorted, unnatural smile. Niloy panicked and tried to fix the camera, but then a shadow moved behind him. Slowly, a tall, twisted figure appeared, its head bent unnaturally, its arm unnaturally long, and its eyes completely black. Then, the camera fell to the floor. All that could be heard on the video was running. Then a sudden stop, then a whisper. "Another one has come?" The video later surfaced online. In the last 5 seconds, the camera lifts on its own and looks toward room 306. Now, 3 people sit there, Rahat, Arif, and Niloy, all sitting the same way, silent, motionless, and behind them, that thing is no longer hiding. Now it stares directly at the camera. Slowly, it moves toward the screen, and just before the video ends, it whispers, "You are next." Even today, if someone watches that video, at 2:17 a.m. in the last 5 seconds, they might see their own reflection move just a little too late, and sometimes someone is standing right behind them.